Hello everyone, it's your favorite Uncle Bob back to another video, and tonight we're going to be slapping all these guys together and making us a Constructicon Maximus. But before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below what you thought of the video, or what would you like to see next. And as I said in three of these videos, this is a viewer requested one by Gabriel Chi. So, here we have Steam Hammer with his limbs and already prepped and ready to go. So let's just set them off to the side. Stay. And let's transform him up. So, just to get him all prepped and ready to go, you just want to flip up the toes, take the feet, or the legs, and unclip them. Bring them down on a double hinge and reclip them in. This is so much better than the aerial bot and Bruticus, because they like to slide. Why didn't they just do this? Is so much better. It makes it so much easier to plug in the limbs instead of fighting two joints. Golly. But yeah, there we go. There's a pair of legs. So now all the fun part in the torso. So start by just getting all this out of the way. Open up the arms just to get them out of the way a little bit as well. Open up the backpack, flip the head in, flip it back up, then take this, then just kind of rock everything forward so you have room to operate. Now, which arm? Start at this arm. So you just want to rotate this in, rotate it down, flip it around, and just kind of, get it in the kind of like this curled up position. There is this port with that, this port right there going into that peg. So get that plugged in, lined up. There we go. This arm, you want to just do this basically the same thing, just double hinge it up as well. Yeah. Come on. There we go. Rotate all that in. You got the a hole with the port. There we go. Come on. Just kind of, you got to play with the double hinge a little bit. Then if this is already done, you just kind of center this and just squish it down. Then you want to take this peg going into the center portion, or the upper one. Just kind of plug that in and flip up this, going into the hole as well. And pretty much you're good to go. So let's slap some limbs on. You want to kind of splay the legs out just one click. So here we have one of the limbs. Plug him on. Oop. Take this limb. Plug him on. There we go. Raise up the camera. Gonna have to do some readjusting. Take this arm. Slap him on. And slap that one up. Come on. There we go. And rotate around this to reveal the head. And here we have Constructicon Maximus in combined form. Now give me just 1 second to get everything readjusted behind the camera. So I'll be right back, folks. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, here we have Constructicon Maximus all ready to go. Not too bad. Honestly, this is the better of the combiners. Just by sheer amount of ease of putting together, along with just fun factor. So get a close-up on that head sculpt. Get him raised down a little bit. Focus. Not a bad looking head sculpt, honestly. So yeah. Now get him standing straight again. For articulation, the head is on a swivel, so it can, if you lift up the back piece, can do a full 360 if you again get this back piece around. Honestly, if you really wanted to, you could say that's a battle mask. Just if you want to. Now, because of this joint, he does have a little bit of sass to him. Now, he does suffer the Energon Combiner, where he only really has 360 at the arms, along with in and out on both sides. Now, he does also have finger articulation, so the hands can open and close on both arms. The legs, the hips are, his hips, but just because now you've collapsed him, you only get one click up Nope. You get full backwards, though. You would get the full splits, you get the waist swivel. Ironically, if you've needed to, you kind of get a little bit of play in the knee, but I don't recommend using it. But for the actual knee, he does have a full 90. So, yeah. Now, he's not going to win any dynamic pose contest or anything, and that's perfectly fine. So, yeah. Now, for a real quick size comparison, here we have backstop. Poor guy. He's going to get stomped. Alright. So, real quick, I am going to show you what he would look like if, like both of these were legs and arms, and same thing for these guys. So, I'll be right back. Alright, I am back, and, yeah, trying to get him to stay, the stupid blue crane. I like to call this one Mud Flap for some reason. Get him standing straight-ish. So, there we go. There's what it looks like with the cranes as feet, with these guys as arms. I like to think that this gives him very powerful punches, but not so much kicks. He's pretty fast or whatever. So, yeah. Now, there is a limitation, especially with this arm mostly, is you kind of have to have this bucket in a weirder position, so that way you can at least move. You don't get much movement, but that's fine. Alright, now I'm going to show you what it looks like with the cranes as arms and all this other stuff reversed. So I'll be right back. Now, come on now. Okay, here we are with him in, yeah, not the best combination. But I like to think that this gives him pretty powerful feet and longer reach because of cranes. So, yeah, I don't recommend this type of configuration. So yeah, no, just no. Now he's not, needless to say though, despite him being in a pretty wide stance for a combiner, he is stable enough to hold a pose, or at least hold this pose. So yeah, overall, not a bad combiner team in general. I would have to say this is probably my favorite one. I currently trying to track down the Bruticus Maximus, but just from what I've seen, this is easily, my favorite one. So yeah, not too much else to say that I haven't said already. This is definitely a team you should pick up if you can find one, complete at least. So yeah, I have also seen on what I think it is Shapeways by Chromia Hands. If I find it, I'll have a link down in the description where it turns this guy basically into a full-on Devastator. So, but that's about it. I have a link to the playlist down in the description below where you can find this and my other Energon reviews. So that's about all I have to say. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and all other fun stuff. And I'll see y'all next time for another video review.